Hi everybody and welcome to today's quick answer webinar on what is physics. And I'm hoping to try and define what physics is in this webinar. Let's get started. At GCSE we learned that physics is the study of properties of matter and energy. In basic terms, matter is something you can touch or see. It can be a substance made up of particles. Energy can be thought of as particles in motion. So when we study physics, we study particles and how they move. Physics comes from the Greek word physikos, which meaning natural. Essentially, physics is the study of the natural universe. Physics includes the study of mechanics, heat, light, and other radiation, sound, electricity, magnetism, and the structure of atoms. These are all phenomena observed in our universe. Now, let us consider each of these topics of physics in turn in a little more detail. Mechanics is the study of the movement of force, and here we see how objects that have matter move and therefore have energy. Heat is a form of energy called heat energy. Heat energy can be thought of as the average vibration of particles in a substance, and we study how that heat energy flows from one place to another as a result of a temperature difference. At A level, we describe heat energy as moving down a temperature gradient. Light energy is a type of wave energy, and it can be thought of as particles called photons. At A level, we come to gain a greater understanding of light, and so I shall not expand any further in this webinar. Radiation is the energy that is sent out from a substance. So, for example, the sun is a radiator. It emits radiation such as heat energy and light energy. At GCSE, we learned that radiation is a way in which energy can be transferred through a space that does not contain any matter. At A level, we learn that radiation can also be thought of as particles being sent out from a substance. Sound is a different type of energy that relies on the vibration of particles. In A level, we discover sound waves are a set of pressure waves which pass through the substance one after the other, and we will study this further in the A level physics course. Electricity is a type of energy that is carried by electrons or any other particles that have charge. Charge, of course, is a type of attractiveness between particles. Charge can either build up statically, or when charge moves, it is called a current. Magnetism is the study of how objects appear to attract and repel each other. At GCSE, we see this phenomenon in space around a magnet, which is a metal made of either iron or steel. However, we can also see the phenomenon of magnetism around a current-carrying wire. At A level, magnetism is studied again in much more depth. Finally, we study the structure of atoms to understand what makes up the matter and how that matter interacts with other matter. I hope this gives you an introduction into some of the aspects that we study in physics, what physics is, and what we will be looking at further in A-level physics courses. So now we've finished, I'd like us to take a look at some questions that have come in over the chat box. Let's just take a look. So here's one from Ulrika. Hi Ulrika. Yeah, wow, that's a great question. It's really challenging to answer. So Ulrika asks, I'm only starting out in physics. Why should I study it? Okay, you should study physics to help you develop lateral thinking skills. Some people might say that this is how you think outside of the box. Or you might say, you know, physics will be there to help you think beyond boundaries. A good example might be a lawyer may need to think laterally to solve a strange case. And I suppose lawyers that are able to solve strange cases are more successful, maybe, who knows. Physics provides many opportunities to develop more than one skill simultaneously, like practical and theoretical skills. So a finance director may need to understand the limits of how their financial model may be applied to lending money to somebody in one industry versus lending them money in a different industry. Physics also provides a great workout for your analytical, mathematical, and problem-solving skills. So they might be used by an IT security engineer to develop encryption software in telecommunication systems, for example. So perhaps you should study physics because it gives you the opportunity to develop many different skills that will be useful in the professional workplace. I hope that answers your question. Thank you to everybody for listening. If you like the video, please click and subscribe the link below. Thank you very much and see you soon.